Hello everyone, my name is Xinxuan Yao, and I'm part of the HR strategy team at Future Work Consulting. Today I will share a short analysis of a real-world trend in human resources. It's about the use of artificial intelligence to handle employee complaints, such as harassment and discrimination. One example we looked at is the chatbot bot. It's a tool that many companies are starting to use to collect the reports in a structured and private way. Instead of speaking to a manager face-to-face, the employee answers questions in the chatbot. The system creates a formal report with a timestamp. This tool seems helpful. It makes reporting easier and may reduce stress for the employee. But this also brings an important question. Is AI enough to support people in serious situations? Can a system replace the human side of HR? That's the focus of today's presentation. Let's begin by looking at what tools like Spot actually do well. First, AI can follow the same process for every person. It asks standard questions and records answers clearly. This means important details are less likely to be missed, and a report is easier to understand and use later. For many HR teams, this kind of structure saves time and reduces mistakes. Another important point is that AI doesn't interrupt or judge. When people are stressed or scared, it can be hard to talk to a real person, especially about sensitive issues like harassment. But when they use a chatbot, they may feel safer. They can speak freely without worrying about what the other person thinks. This can increase the chances that someone actually reports a problem. Also, chatbots work at any time. Employees don't have to wait for office time or book a meeting. They can report the issue when they are ready, even late at night or on the weekend. That kind of access is very helpful, especially in large companies or for frontline workers. So overall, AI tools can make this first step, reporting a problem, much easier. They provide a simple, fair, and private way to collect information, and they help reduce some of the fear or stress that employees might feel when speaking up. But of course, AI also has limits. Now let's think about what AI cannot do in human resources. When an employee reports harassment or discrimination, they are often not just sharing facts. They may feel confused, hurt, or afraid. In these moments, what they need is not only a process, they also need to feel listened to. They want support, care, and understanding. These are things a machine cannot provide. A chatbot like Spot can ask questions, but it does not truly listen. It does not understand feelings. It cannot say, I'm sorry this happened to you, or get comfort in a human way. For some people, talking to a machine about painful experience can feel cold or even frustrating. Also, in some workplaces, the way people interact really matters. Employees often look at how their problems are handled. If they feel the company is using a system instead of giving personal attention, they may think the organization does not care. This can hurt trust. It may also stop people from speaking up in the future. Another problem is that not every employee is comfortable with technology. Some people may have trouble using digital tools. Others may worry about privacy and data safety. If employees do not trust the system, they will not use it. This means important problems may never be reported. So while AI helps with reports and saves times, they cannot replace the human side of HR. Real people are needed to respond to emotions, to give feedback, and to rebuild trust in the workplace. Now let's move to slide 4. In this part, we look at something deeper. AI does not only change the way we report problems, it can also change how employees feel about speaking up and how much they trust the organization. When people report a problem, they are not just sharing information, they are also saying, this matters to me. In the past, talking to a manager or HR person was not always easy, but it gave employees a chance to be seen and be heard. That face-to-face talk showed that someone in the company was listening. It helped people feel that their voice had value. But when a company uses AI as the first step, that feeling may change. Some employees may think the organization is trying to save time or avoid real contact. They may ask, does my company really want to listen or just collect data? Even if the tool is well designed, the kind of thinking can make people lose trust. Over time, they may not reporting problems at all. This is not just about feelings, it is about culture. A workplace where people are afraid to speak up can become quiet on the surface, but full of hidden problems inside. When no one talks, nothing improves. This can lead to stress, confusion, and even higher turnover. Also, when employees feel like they are just talking to a system, not a person, they may feel more like a number than a human. This creates distance. It can reduce the sense of belonging. It can also make people feel that the company only cares about procedures, not people. And we should also think about long-term trust. Even if AI helps in the short term, it might damage how people see the organization in the future. If employees do not feel respected, they may become less loyal, less open, and less connected to the workplace. So when we use AI, we are not just changing a tool, we are changing relationships. This means we must be careful and think about how it feels to the people using it. Now let's look at how we can use AI tools like Spot in a smart and responsible way. First, we should remember that AI is not a full replacement for human resources professionals. It works best as a support tool. It can collect reports, save time, and help people feel more comfortable when speaking up, but it cannot offer human care, empathy, or judgment. For this reason, it should not be the only way employees can report problems. Companies needed to create clear rules for how the chatbot is used. Employees should know what happens to their report, who can see it, and how their privacy is protected. If people feel unsure about data safety, they may not use the system at all. HR staff should also be trained to work with AI reports. When a chatbot collects the first message, the HR team should follow up with real conversations. This means listening, explaining, and showing respect. The technology can do the first part, the people must do the rest. Communication is also very important. The company should explain why it uses the AI tool and what the limits are. When people understand the purpose, they are more likely to accept it. This helps build trust. In the long term, companies needed to check how well the system is working. They can ask questions like, are more people reporting problems? Are the outcomes fair? Do employees feel safe and respected? These checks help the company make sure that AI is not only efficient but also fair and human-focused. So to finish, AI chatbots can help improve the reporting process in HR, but they cannot replace the HR part of the job. A good strategy is to use both. Let the AI handle the first step, then let HR take care of the people. This is how we can keep both efficiency and trust in the workplace. Thank you for listening.